Okay, so we're gonna replace the cabin air filters on a Mazda 3 2010. So there's some nice instructions here that came with this replacement cabin air filter. It's fairly easy. So basically here's the two replacement filters. And this is the bottom one, and the one that just sits above it has this foam gasket on top. So that's facing up. So basically I've already actually taken the old dirty ones out here, but I'll just show you how to get access and how to change them, and I'm going to put my new ones in now. So we're looking at the passenger side footwell, and we don't need to remove the glove box, which I found out from another video on YouTube. But so if we're looking up here, just underneath the glove box, there are two tabs that you just push forward to release. So there's a tab here on the left, and there's a tab right here on the right. And the back just rests onto a single screw that's coming out of the firewall. So it's 3 points holding it up, and just two have a little latch. So just push that away from you. That drops down, and the second tab right here, push that away from me, and that just comes out, and it just rests back on that bolt on the right hand side there coming out of the firewall. So there's where the filters are, just behind that little sensor. And we need to remove this left kick panel, and it's held in place just by two little pop things here. So let's just pop the bottom, and we'll pop the top one, and then that just pulls out of the little sensor casing here. So this actually, the third point that's holding this in is actually right here. So that's where it goes back into that kick panel. Loosen these two screws here. So just loosen those and then remove them. So I'll just remove the second one here. The other one actually already fell out because it was already loose. So you just pull that open, and there's a hinge at the top that it just sits into, and that's what holds it in place. So here's the sensor. That's where the filters, both filters go into. So one just sits in there in the bottom, and then the other one sits above it with the gasket on the top. So I'll just replace the new filters, because these ones are all filthy. So I'll grab the top one with the foam gasket. Yeah, actually there's a direction of airflow there, if you can see that, on the bottom of this gasket. So looking at the original Mazda one here, if you see, there's a little tab just right here, just a little bump. And taking a look at all the dirt in the original, more dirt's going to be on the intake side, so I figured that out, and just matching up the grooves there to match. So we're gonna just put that one in there now, and we'll see how it goes. Good, so that first upper filter went in there fine, and it's actually just basically hanging up there. So the little tabs are facing in towards the passenger, and the foam gasket is on the upper side of it. We'll just put the lower one in there underneath it, and it just slides in that channel there. Guides there for the upper one, and the lower one's just going to slide into the bottom. So we're just going to put that in there. So the longer piece here is going to go on the ground, and the thinner piece is going to be sliding in underneath the top one here. So okay, so that second one is just sliding underneath it, and it's helping to keep that upper one there, which if you knock it, it will just fall down because it's not really that big of a tab that's holding it up there. So mainly the secondary filter on the bottom is actually keeping it held up there. So that's in. So we'll put the sensor back in there. And put that part in there and hinge it in and press down. Press down on it there. Right here, and it'll kind of clip in. And then you're ready to screw these back in and replace all your panels, and you're good to go. Okay, there's one there. And the second one there. Okay, so that's all tightened there. This is where your kick panel slides into. And then there's the two tabs. So we'll get that guy in there. Okay, that's pushed in. And we'll secure these two here, 1 and 2. And we're almost done. We'll just put this little panel underneath the glove box. So there's your bolt, and that little square opening just rests on top of the bolt, and you just locate the little points here where these are going to pop into. Pretty easy. So there's one, and there's the second one. And we're all done.